Hi people, this is Anish Soni from CSE. My roll number is 21/189. The focus of my presentation is to help you guys understand how to pronounce the commonly mispronounced words correctly. I've divided my presentation into two parts. So the first part would give you a brief introduction, and the next part would help you to know how to pronounce the words correctly. So here we begin. So introduction. There are spelling rules in English, even if they are difficult to understand. So pronouncing a word correctly usually does help you spell it correctly. Several common errors are the result of rapid speech, so take your time speaking, correctly enunciating each word. Careful speech and avid reading are the best guides to correct spelling. What is an accent? An accent is a varied pronunciation of a language. A dialect is a variety of a language that includes different vocabulary and grammar. In addition to pronunciation, an important reason why American English and British English sound different is rhotacism, the change of a particular sound in a language. The most obvious difference between American English and British English is accent. Generally, there are four differences between American English and British English when it comes to area of pronunciation: rhotic accent, vowel pronunciation, consonant pronunciation, and change of stress. So here we begin. First letter is A. We don't pronounce it as across, rather, the correct pronunciation for this word is across. It is easy to confuse across with crossed, but better to keep them separate. Next word is affidavit. No, it is not affidavit. Rather, the correct pronunciation of this word is affidavit. With a T, not a D. The next word is Antarctic. It is not Antarctic. The correct pronunciation would be Antarctic. Just think of an arc of ants, an ant arc, and that should help you keep the C in the pronunciation of this word. It is not Arctic, rather Arctic. Another hard to see C, but it is there. It is not athlete or athletic, rather, it is athlete and athletic. Two syllables are enough for athlete. The next letter is B. It is not barbiturate, rather, it is barbiturate. Don't forget this word contains three others: barb, bit, you, rate. It is not bob wire, it is barbed wire. No, this word wasn't named for anyone named Bob. It should be barbed wire, although the suffix ed means having. The next letter is C. It is not cavalry, it is cavalry. What's the meaning? Soldiers who fought on horseback. The next word is candidate. No, it is not candidate, it's candidate. You aren't being canny to drop the D in this word. Remember, it is the same as candidate. The next word is close. It's not close, it's clothes. The th the is a very soft sound likely to be overlooked. Show your linguistic sensitivity and always pronounce it. The next letter is D. It's not dilate. The correct pronunciation for this word is dilate, meaning make or become wider, larger, or more open. The next word is drowned. It is not drowned, it is down. You add the D only to the past tense and past participle. Then the next letter is E. It is not escape, rather escape. The good news is if you say escape, you have been mastered the prefix X because its meaning does fit this word. The bad news is you don't use this prefix on escape. The next word is espresso. It's not espresso, it's espresso. While I can't express my word for espresso enough, this word was borrowed from Italian well after the Latin prefix X had developed into S. The next word is etc. No, it is wrong. The correct pronunciation for this word is etc. Latin for and, et, the rest, etc. are actually two words that probably should be written separately. The next letter is F. It is not February, it's February. We don't like two syllables in succession with an R, so some of us dump the first one in this word. Most dictionaries now accept the single R pronunciation, but if you have an agile tongue, you may want to shoot for the original. The next word is federal. It is not federal, it is not federal, it is federal. What is the meaning? The meaning is having or relating to a system of government in which several states form a unity but remain independent in internal affairs. The next letter is H. It is not hierarchy, it's hierarchy. Remember, hierarchies go higher than you might think. This one is pronounced hierarchy and not hierarchy. The next letter is I. It is not interpretate, it's interpret. This error results from back formation of interpretate from interpretation, but back formation isn't needed. We already have interpret. Same goes for the word orientate. The next letter is J. It is not jewelry, it's jewelry. The root of this word is jewel, and that doesn't change for either jeweler or jewelry. The British add a syllable jewelry. It's not just or dis, it's just. As opposed to the adjective just, this word is always unaccented, which encourages vowel reduction. Let's come to the next letter K. It is not knife, but it is knife. Yes, both of the pronunciations are same, but I've put this word here so that you can differentiate between the spellings of them easily. Meaning of knife: handheld cutting instrument consisting of a short blade and handle. The next letter is L. It is not leash, it is lease. Southern Americans are particularly liable to confuse these two distinct words, but the confusion occurs elsewhere. Look out for it. It is not libel, it is liable. You are liable for the damages if you are successfully sued for libel. But don't confuse these discrete words. It is not library, it's library. As mentioned before, English speakers dislike two R's in the same word. However, we have to buck up and pronounce them all. The next letter is M. It is not mayonnaise, it is mayonnaise with nays pronunciation. Ever wondered why the short form of a word pronounced mayonnaise is mayo? Well, it is because the original should be pronounced mayonnaise. Just remember, what would mayonnaise be without mayo? The next word is miniature. It is not miniature, it's miniature. Here's another word frequently syncopated. Don't leave out the third syllable A. The next word is mischievous. It is not mischievous. The correct pronunciation is mischievous. It would be mischievous of me not to point out the frequent misplacement of the accent on this word. The next letter is N. The British and Australians find the American repetition of U between the K and L quaintly amusing. Good reason to get it right. The next letter is O. It is not often, it is often. There is a silent T in this word. We have mastered the spelling of this word so well, its spelling influences the pronunciation. Don't pronounce the T. This is an exception to the rule that spelling helps pronunciation. It is not ordinance, it's ordinance. You may have to use the word ordinance to enforce an ordinance, but you should not pronounce the word the same. Ordinance is a factory or a place where ammunition is prepared. The next letter is P. It is not parliament, it is parliament. Although some dictionaries have given up on it, there should be a Y after I. It is not parliament, it's parliament. Although some dictionaries have given up on it, there should be a Y after L. Parliament. It is not pronunciation, rather, it is pronunciation. Just as misspelling is among the most commonly misspelled words, pronunciation is among the most commonly mispronounced words. Fitting, no? It's not prostrate, it's prostate. Though a pain in prostate may leave a man prostrate, the gland contains no R. It is not probably or probably, it is probably. Haplology is the dropping of one of two identical syllables, such as the ob and the ab in this word, usually the result of fast speech. Slow down and pronounce the whole word for maximum clarity and to reduce your chances of misspelling the word. The next letter is R. It is not relevant, rather, it is relevant. Here's another word that seems to invite metathesis. It is not reoccur, it's recur. You don't have to invent a new word from occur. We already have a verb recur that does the trick. The next letter is S. It's not silicon, it's silicon. Silicon is the material they make computer chips from, but implants are made of silicon. It's not spade, it's spay. You can have your dog spayed, but no long as she is a good dog, please don't spade her. It's not suit, it's sweet. If you don't wear it, a suit, then it is a suite, as in a living room suite or a suite of rooms. It is not supposedly, it's supposedly. Adding ly to participles is rarely possible, so some people try to avoid it altogether. You can't avoid it here. The next letter is T. It's not tenant, it's tenet. A tenet is a renter who may not hold a tenet, a doctrine or dogma. The next letter is U. It's not upmost, it's utmost. While this word does indicate that efforts are up, the word is utmost, a historical variation of outmost. The next letter is V. It's not verbage, it's verbage. Here's another word that loses its I in speech. Pronouncing it correctly will help you spell it correctly. The next letter is W. It's not wet, it's wet. It's not wet, it's wet. In the northeastern US, the sound V, spelled V, is vanishing and these two words are pronouncing the same. Elsewhere, they should be distinguished. The next letter is Y. It's not yoke, it's yoke. Another dialectal change we probably should not call an error. L becomes W or U when not followed by a vowel. Some people just confuse these two words though. That should be avoided. The next letter is Z. It's not zoology, it's zoology. Actually, we should say zoo, not zoo, when we go to the zoo. So, thank you all for giving me a chance to let you understand how to pronounce the commonly mispronounced words correctly. This was Anish Tuni, signing off.